Welcome back everyone to Welstopia. Last time we built our southern tunnel, which leads us out to a mining desert I have. There are two tasks that I have left in relation to this. The first, as you can see, I still need to finish the tunnel over here so that it will go all the way without having to have all this nether rack going through it. And the other thing I want to do is to move the portal on the other side to the temple itself so that I have a nice easy location to find, because last episode I was having a lot of trouble finding the nether portal in order to get out of the desert and back to my base. Well, what I want to start with though is seeing what I can find if I head out to the west. I know, I've had all this time where I've had only one open tunnel, and I thought, well, it's time to actually have my tunnels go somewhere. Okay, where did he come from? I didn't quite make it to the spot of land I was looking for, but there's this pretty big lava ocean up here, so I'm seeing if this is close enough to my hopeful destination. Let's go. And we get underground! Yay! That's not what I wanted. Definitely not what I wanted. Well, this is going to have its own bit of challenges, but I just better make sure that I survive this. So get everything torched up and see if there's a way to get to ground level. That little area led nowhere, so I took down the portal, and I'm just going to have to build across that lava lake to the proper location. Therefore, I have taken up quite a bit of cobble here so I could rebuild it in cobble, because I'm sure if I make it out of another rack, a ghast will just blast me down. I've also brought along some potions of fire resistance so that if I fall into lava, I'll be able to swim out of it, hopefully. Some pumpkin pie, some ender pearls, some arrows, and a bow. And of course a pick. And I think being able to bring that with me is going to allow me to build that bridge, hopefully without too much trouble. And I do have feather falling and a couple of levels of protection in there, so I think I'm going to be pretty much maxed out for protection against falling in. So as long as that fall is not too far down, maybe I'll survive if something goes wrong, but hopefully I can get all the way across. I have brought the nether tunnel to what I think is the proper location for what I want to find, and at the same time I've enclosed the area in a tunnel so that that gas that I've been hearing out there doesn't blast me away. So let's see what's really on the other side. And we've got aha! Yes, I found that, yes indeed, there is a desert village here. Good. That is what I was expecting to find. A librarian. Unbreaking 3. Not too bad. Actually, that is something to consider. Is I am thinking of getting some of these villagers, and maybe I could use them to supplement what I've got. Weaponsmith. What have we got down here? This. Oh, did I miss the? Where is the? Oh, right here. Hello. Another librarian with sharpness. Well, that could come in handy on occasion, because I remember I had. Actually, no. Sharpness is easier to get. Now, never think. I was confusing sharpness with sweeping edge. Never mind. Let's see. What's in here? This is the. Well, that's rather strange. A cleric. 37 rotten flesh. Now, of course, I've got a ton of clerics because I've got the 8 that I currently have installed in there, and Steen Rose has informed me that I have another 2 clerics that are now ready for pickup. So I have plenty of those. Thing in here. Alright, so this does tell me that, ooh, the extra obsidian and the diamond won't hurt. I'll worry about these later. Good. Alright, so therefore I have what I'm thinking of doing is finding a way to get the population up a little bit and then grabbing a few. Most likely when you have to grab them, they'll probably just walk into the Nether portal on their own, which has been known to happen on occasion. But good. I've got a desert village here, and that was Luck of the Seas 3. I'll have to just get a lot of paper, trade with these fellows, and see if any of them have any good ones on the other end. And a cartographer. Something to consider, because who knows, maybe there is a mansion here, because I had that mansion challenge back in December where I got decently around before I, of course, got inevitably blasted to pieces. And maybe you'll know of a mansion that's in the area. Though I have a feeling any local mansions have already been long ago looted. But we shall see. But anyway, I think this is a village that I have access to, and I'll have to think what I want to do with them later. But I wanted to be sure that it hasn't already been completely emptied or anything like that. Now, I don't want to depopulate the village just in case somebody else needs anything there, but I would like to raise its population enough so that I could take some villagers of choice and be able to use them. Now, I've not finished the tunnel. I've only have it near the portal to make that less dangerous, and of course it leads back to my portal. But I will have to, of course, finish building that, but I think I can do that offline. But what I do want to do next is to head back to the other end of the desert, where we can now create a new nether portal inside of the desert temple that I found in there, so I have a nice landmark to put it into. Up ahead is the original desert portal, and I created this side passage with the hopes that this will get me nice and close to the desert temple and be a little bit easier to see from there and give me a good basis, because I keep on losing the other one, no matter what. And this demonstrates that I pretty much nailed it. This is... well, I don't think I could get much closer than that. I am right on the... ah, okay, I'm on the side of it. I think what I really want, though, is to have it on this way. So I'll just move it down. Let's see, where's a good place to move this? Because how about what I should do, of course, also I'll fill this in, and I could build another portal right here, and that could be my way in and out. But before I do that, I want to fill this in so I no longer have all of this messed up. I will build the portal right here so that the obsidian is hidden behind this, so naturally it'll be a 3 wide. Now I'm going to take these 3 blocks and I'm going to move them over to the blocks that were displaced when this portal was generated. There we go, 1, 2, 3 there. Good. Now I have a portal again, which is also good. So if I head up here, you had these blocks that were displaced when the portal was generated. And this is, yes, sandstone. So put this here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I guess I'll check on the other end to make sure. Yeah, right, it is a sharp dip there. Good. So therefore, that's all nice and fixed. And I guess it's time for me to go and test the portal because it is getting dark. With that taken care of, now I could just make sure that everything is intact here. Right, that all looks fine. And this is something that will be hard to miss, which is the reason why I decided to put a portal here. Now, I was originally saying I was going to move the portal, but at this time I'm not exactly ready to remove the old one. Of course, I had a lot of trouble seeing the old one, which of course is the entire point of creating this thing here. So as I showed last time, this is all now nice and intact. Good. Good. Everything is fine along there. Then we come down into here, or in through here, and we have the portal there in the back. So until you go in further, it's not obvious that there is a nether portal there. Now, okay, it's obvious there's a nether portal there, but the obsidian isn't obvious. Now, what about lighting for this place? Well, it could be some lighting that could be relatively inobtrusive. What I did down there is that I put some glowstone down there in place where the chests used to be. So that's where I took care of that little potential issue. So probably get some glowstone in here also. Well, let's see. How well does it go with the chiseled in there? Let's see. Let's line this up here. Let's get rid of that torch. Well, I'd like to have something for it to sit on. Just looking for smooth sandstone. Well, I should be able to get smooth sandstone easy enough. I am in a desert after all. Speaking of lighting, I'm going to have to take care of this area because we've got what looks like a ravine or something like that in here, and it'd be rather deadly for anyone who comes through here, I think. So let me get this done. And there is some sandstone here, so I can mine the sandstone here, turn that into some smooth sandstone, and I should be set with that little bit. Good. Maybe even grab a little bit of iron along the way. And I probably should also get rid of the sand that's on top because that's an accident waiting to happen, that's for sure. Good, it's all over here. Good. Hopefully that'll reduce the mob spawns that happen in that area. The other place we've got a little trouble is right here, as you can see. I wanted that to happen in a controlled manner, but most likely what I'll do is I'll just fill in the sand. As soon as I get some inventory. Actually, I think I can at least get one piece quickly enough because that. Good. Start putting excess sand I could throw into here. You know, I'm going to have to do a little landscaping up in the front here so that that doesn't look like a big scar and everything. And oh yes, smooth sandstone. Let's try this. Let's put some smooth sandstone here with The glowstone there. We'll try that on the other. Why is that like that? And that like that? I want to compare this to the outside. I'm going to guess that little difference was a result of the tinkering where I went downstairs, went back up, and I filled something back in incorrectly. But okay, so what we're going to do is have these all over the place. And that should give me plenty of lighting for here so that this does not turn into a mob trap, because I certainly don't want my nether portal room to be a major spawn location. Right over here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, good. Let's try that. And that. Now, should there be plenty of light for the inside, I think? If it's not, then I could add a couple of more, but so far we do have that room. I'll probably leave those torches there. Let's see how few torches I can get away with for this. I was thinking of fetching the block that originally went into here, but I think that works just as well. Good. Now we are lit. We have our little desert temple here, which is now our nether portal. And this could then be our in and out for our mining desert. Now, back at the nether hub. Now that I actually have more than one direction where I'm going, I'll now need some way to distinguish each of these. Yes, I know the patterns on the wall are different near them, and that there are different elements near them, but who can remember all of that? So therefore, I'm going to give a different color for each of these. So how about red for up here to say it's going to Stina Rose. Over here, well, the problem is both of those go to the desert, and I think which one will be which. This then will of course be the one that's going to the village, and that over there is the one that is heading over to the desert temple. So how about we use sandstone for the desert temple. There you go. There you go. And there you go. Good. And then we are going to want red for there. And for the desert temple, no, that's the desert temple, the sandstone. What would be good for the village? In retrospect, maybe the sandstone would be better for the village. And for the temple, I will use glowstone. I just found out that one of these is not like the other, unfortunately. This did not operate as the others did, because the others, we had the bottom just come out like that. Now, it could be that I changed the one at Stina Rose's intentionally to because I thought that was the better layout. But, alright, let's make them consistent at the moment, because I was having trouble grabbing the quartz over here. I could always change it later there, and now, there you go. Now let me put this away and let's have a look. That looks awful. Just blends in a bit too much, and so it's now completely invisible. I'll have to do it with banners. It was an idea. So I will restore the quartz that I had there before, and maybe I'll just use glowstone for them all. Kinda like it. Okay, I'll replace it with either the quartz or with the glowstone, and I will come up with banners for each of these. So for Cena Rose, they'll be easy enough because I'll just use the banner that she uses. But that is all that we have for today, and we will return next time. We are going to finally get around to the Air Temple for the next episode of Piney Plays Minecraft Welstopia.